Yeah, it's all a referee's interpretation a little bit, yeah. The directives come from IRB prior to the tournament, or in fact on the eve of the tournament, that they will not lift below the shorts or below the waist. And Andrew Cole is doing his utmost to implement that in this game.
Up goes Tone for Samoa, one-handed to So'ialo, and this now Twingamala. Ta'ala, they lock forward. The Samoans like to get their big men going forward. Bishop brings in Lima. Lima is strong, and there's some pretty hefty rucking going in there, and it's just boiled over.
There's some rather unnecessary rucking there, and in fact the whistle already been blown. Jim Fleming has come across, but Brian Lima has taken some pretty heavy hits so far. One of the Japanese players line across him and some rucking going in, and I think one or two of them, they were unlikely to get the ball back anyway. Some of it is a little unnecessary, I feel.
That's Pat Lamb, the Samoan captain, now with Northampton. I think it's that's Jim Fleming, the Scottish touch judge, and there could be a couple of yellow cards being branded around here. Now that's Jamie Joseph and Craig Glendenning.
Just two New Zealanders reacquainting themselves and talking about past times, what school they went to, where they were brought up. But again, obviously there's a Japanese play line across the tackle area, but the studs are going in there, and a little bit too excessive.
So Craig Glendenning, former New Zealand Maori and ex-Counties and Northland, and Jamie Joseph, the former All Black, he gets a yellow card. Jamie Joseph was penalised firstly for lying on top of the ball, and you can see how Samoa have, in terms of possession, had the ascendancy in this first half. Bishop, Hirose and Greg Smith wasn't aware that the pass was coming his way. On the halfway line, Hirose, here they go. It's nicely taken by Motoke, the centre, stolen by Stephen Bishop. A couple of big hits going in on him. It's still live, it's still with Samoa. That's the big prop, Robbie Ale. It's just gone forward.
It's not a place for the faint-hearted out there. There's some big hits there. You know, Samoa are legendary for their hard hitting, but Japan aren't holding back either.
Samoa with the ascendancy in the back, and this is Inga Twingamala taking the Japanese backs on. A lovely pass out by Junior Paramore, but Vainga is caught by McCormick. McCormick did well for Japan. So'ialo now, the scrum half, live wire scrum half that he is. He loves to take it on. Not too much out here this way. So'ialo. And back goes the fullback, Matsuda. Ohata in defence, and that's a good kick from the right winger who'd come back to help his fullback. Tsumomo Matsuda, his first touch of the ball. Haven't seen too much of him. He played in the Royal Cup in '95. Plenty of experience with his 32 caps, 16 test matches. Leota. And that was Tone up high in the line-out. There's a battle royale going on in the line-out. So'ialo, Bishop. And saw Oalo, the winger, with the rain squalling across the ground. It can't be easy for Japan looking into this rain that's hitting their faces.
Lama Tone, the Samoan second row, has impressed me so far. He looks very assured and very athletic in the second row there, winning good quality possession, not only from the kickoffs and the restarts, but also from the line-out.
Graham Bishop waits. Short stuff. Hirose on the loop. A thumping tackle going in from Junior Paramore. And Keiji Hirose, who's only about 12 stone, certainly felt the full brunt of this.
Japan trying some moves behind the line and behind on the blind side there, but again, it's very different conditions, and when the Samoans come diving in on those tackles, it's very easy to take your eyes off the ball.
Look at that rain. Conditions underfoot will be a little slippery. Tone, based in New Zealand, the big lock, but these are some pretty ferocious exchanges up front. Taken on now by Pat Lam, the Samoan captain. He's made a good 20 metres or so. Craig Glendinning, he can't keep it in touch, but at least some enterprise coming from Pat Lam, the Mercurial number 8 for Samoa.
Bit of quick thinking there by Pat Lam. Took the tap. This is what you see week in, week out for Northampton in the English Premier Division. And Craig Glendinning, unlucky to get the ball on the floor there. If the ball had gone to hand, I think the try was on for Samoa.
Pat Lam wearing number 8, former All Black, didn't win a test cap as an All Black. Samoans, can they work something from here? Tuingamala hemlocked by both Japanese centres. This is Stephen Bishop, darts back inside into the heavy traffic, hands on to Sene Ta'ala. So Oialo to Bishop, and that's a good tackle by Greg Smith, but Samoa still attacking, and Samoa have scored. It's Brian Lima, their highly experienced winger, and Lima opens the scoring, the try scoring in this match as the rain comes down.
Yeah, Toa Vaenga, first of all, making an incision. The ball pops up. Brian Lima picks a wonderful angle to come in between two Japanese defenders. And with the wind behind him, with that sort of angle, very difficult to defend. So nice angles are running by Samoa. They're all using the fact that there is a bad wind behind them. They're picking very short runs, very short angles, thus not necessitating long passes in this sort of inclement weather.
Possibly the worst conditions of the match so far. The Samoans get into a huddle, and look at that, pretty grim.
I know what I'd be in the middle of that, in that huddle anyway.
Brian Lima with the try. This is Silao Lienga. 2 successful penalties so far. And it's just gone wide. Very difficult conditions for the kickers, but it's Manu Samoa who lead Japan by 11 points to 6. Hirose for Japan with the restart. Just about gone the 10 metres. It was Junior Paramore who went in for it with Glendinning, but it was a knock-on. First knock-on by Japan from the kick-off. It'll be by Samoa, I should say. It'll be Japan's put in at the scrummage. Graham Bashop feeds, bit of a mix-up. Picked up now by the fullback Matsuda. He's done well. Hands on to Greg Smith. It's up to the Samoa 22. Bashop, did he knock on? No, the referee says carry on. This is Motoki. The Japanese centre looked like a high hit intended there. Inside Samoa's 22. Hirose is back for the drop goal. Has he got the direction? No.
Poor decision there by Hirose. They needed to hold on to the ball. So they're playing very much against the wind, as we've said before. They need to hold, the longer they hold on to possession, the better.
Was a little bit rushed. He had a rather colourful character of Leota bearing down upon him. Bashop. It's nicely taken by Ohata. Graham Bashop has done quite well. That's a knock on. But Japan can take advantage from this. This is Masuo bundled down. Some of the hits in this match are pretty impressive, I'll tell you that. If impressive is the right word, Brian Lima.
Masuo wouldn't have thanked Jamie Joseph for that little high pass there coming across. Brian Lima lined him up for over 10 yards away. And it's one thing you don't want to do is open your side up to Brian Lima at full tilt.
It's a scrummage midway between the Samoa 22 and the halfway line, picked up by Jamie Joseph. Back with Bashop. Hirose with a little slip pass. Oh, that's good. This is lovely play. This is Ohata for Japan. That was the best handling of the match so far by Japan. They got their passes together and the crowd enjoyed it.
Beautiful hands there from Matsuda to release Ohata on the outside. Steps back inside, the ball going to ground, and Japan, actually very well fallen down by a Samoan player there.
I'm not surprised we have a stoppage for injury, because these hits have been pretty ferocious.
Our man Brian Lima again, taking one of the Japanese players out. Matsuda again, who, as I said, released Ohata outside him with a lovely one-touch pass, really. But Brian Lima came in and took him out just afterwards.
Well, you can expect those figures to increase through the match. Handling errors, because it's bitterly cold. The wind is cold, the rain is lashing down, and that is Tutsumu Matsuda, who looks very uncomfortable. That shoulder looks as if he's holding that shoulder just a fraction. And Manu Samoa tried to work a back row move to run it out from that defensive scrummage. But have Japan turned it? No, it's still with Samoa. So Oialo, the scrum half. This is Ohata. How much pace has he got? He's got a chance to prove to everyone that he's got the pace. That was So Oialo with the tackle. Picked up by Bashop. Can they conjure something here? That's the big prop in there, Oguchi. A little bit frenetic at times, but just in the last few minutes you sense that Japan have got a new confidence that they don't mind running the ball at Samoa.
They're very inventive, I have to admit, and they try and keep their try and try and take Samoa on. But Matsuna, from that hit by Brian Lima, has decided better of it and going to find an early shower, I think.
Well, I think he's in a bad way, and this is number 16, Tuindrake, the Fijian-born wing who's come on for Japan. Stephen Bashop. And that ball's gone straight into touch, so they'll have to come back to where he kicked it for the line-out. Substitution, it's Patiliai Tuindrake, who's on for Matsuda for Japan. Fijian-born, and he couldn't have conditions in North Wales further apart from those he knows in Fiji. Masahiro Kunda, Japan's hooker. This line-out is just outside Samoa's 22. Graham Bashop, Hirose, Motoke bringing in Masuo from the wing. And they've lost it. Bishop seeing the open space, and it's a follow-up by So'oalo. He's quick, back goes McCormick, the captain for Japan. So'oalo picks up, he hands on to Leyenga, and Leyenga has scored for Samoa. It's their second try.